Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now Collins. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Check 49.
On 2nd down, Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Check. Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Jackson from the shotgun. High throw, but he makes the catch. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
No. Check. Patriot! Patriot!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check 43. Back.
They pitch it out to Collins. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go! Don't get nervous. Safe.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Drops it underneath for Collins. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. How about this for an opening drive decision? You got 4th and short, just outside of field goal range in all likelihood. What do you do?
I'm going for it. I've got to go get it right now. I want to establish a tone. It's early in the game. I want to let my offense know that I believe in them. And you know something else? I let my defense know I believe in them also by taking that gamble. If we don't get it, it's okay. You guys will cover for me.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is Collins on the toss. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down.
That's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Quick whip, quick whip. Rush the whip. Dash, dash, dash. Go, go, go now.
Here's Jackson. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Tight end right, tight end right. Set. 319. 319. 53's the mic. 53. Check. Detroit. Detroit.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. His throw incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. He may try and run for this. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Detroit! 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 Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run with Thompson. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gun!
Looking to throw on second down. Weaver. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now Thompson. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Yeah, baby! Yeah!
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! We got 4.
To throw on second down. Weaver. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! 4 down! Alert! Hey, if you kill it, motion me out.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Weaver. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
This will be fielded at the 17. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now here come the Ravens. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Leopard! Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll begin the drive with Collins. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Green 39! Green 39! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey, boys, got four down.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Forced out to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Here's a first down run with Collins. He juked him. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action now. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Alex Collins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at it second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They run it here with Thompson. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here, all right? He's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely. Still got a lot of life left in those legs. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. On the ground, it's Thompson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
And they'll go on the ground. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Lay down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Even.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
57.
Hot! Hot!
Back to throw. Weaver. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on third down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Hey. You got to get moving, man. Man moving. You got to get that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
I got 15.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw on second down. Weaver. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Parkey with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Lucky 56.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
It's our time. It's our time.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now a handoff looking right. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
4 down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
That happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Buying time to his left. And incomplete. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Over! 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 Over!
Rabbit.
Gun! 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 Gun!
To throw is Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, The way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, a 22.
Gotta love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver. No matter what the pressure, waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know Coach told me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
To throw on second down, Weaver. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now, following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Gun, 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 gun.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Chris Thompson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at the 40. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Lucky 56.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas.
This time, Jackson will throw it. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a give to Collins. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
Leopard! Leopard! Over, over, over!
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down. So now here comes the field goal team for the third time today. This from 54 yards away. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. Make this a 9.
Some garbage ass shit, man. You get taken off with the fucking quarterback every fucking play.
Great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A former first-round pick, Marlon Humphrey, there to get a hand on it.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And this one is incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Brad Nortman now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Fielded at the 20. Sidesteps him at the 35. Now a hit and a loose football. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
No, check, Patriot, Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Detroit, Detroit.
Now Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They go play action with Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one is down he goes. Ryan Shazier. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6.
3 down, 3 down. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Mike, 53.
Now it's Jackson. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 39 that time. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you've got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Oh, there's no doubt that this is a huge defensive series right here. They've got to hold them to a field goal attempt or less. Otherwise, this game just might be out of reach. Let's see if they can hunker down and get it done.
3 down. Check.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
On 1st and goal, Collins. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Now Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
3 down.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. On the return is Henderson. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very solid gain of 27.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Weaver going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
4 down.
Throwing again. Weaver. And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Gone, 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 gone. Watch him now, Barney, Barney.
110.
Detroit, Detroit.
Operating from the gun. Weaver. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead.
Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit, Detroit.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Hey, guys, check me out.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Detroit, Detroit.
Alert, alert. 3.
Gone, 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 gone.
Check safety.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Right there. 54, right there.
On 3rd down, that's Thompson. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, it's easy to make decisions from right up here where we are, right in the cheap seats, but let's be frank about this one. This isn't even a decision as far as I'm concerned. They have to go for it here. Field goal does you almost no good as time's running out in the game. If you want to win, you have to.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Here's Collins, and he's going to be met at about the 43. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Yes.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Switch. Check. Fresno.
Over!
Begin.
Gun!
36.
Toss left. It's Collins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. Left side, it's Dorsett. He got 29 yards that time. First down now, but that clock rolling.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Gun!
We got four. Here we go. Check him loose. Check the call.
Gun!
57 the mic.
He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right? Just us against the world and get it done. How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Ravens, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week against the Oakland Raiders. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.